There's a little vocal throw at the end of I. And did you hear the and? It was hand I. It wasn't and I. Y'all are amazing. So I did the video for Defying Gravity in Popular a few days ago, and y'all were in them comments like, do No One Mourns the Wicked, do The Wizard and I. So I said, okay, I'm going to listen to all these comments and do them. So we're gonna do these two songs, y'all. These are some wonderful songs too. This is a nice soundtrack. But we know what we're here for. I'm not gonna get into any more preliminaries. Let's get to the good stuff and talk about this stuff.
Many years I have waited for a gift like yours to appear. Why, I predict the wizard might make you his magic grand vizier.
Grand Vizier. I love how she uses these breathy throws. Grand Vizier. See what I'm saying? It's almost like the vocal throws have breathiness in them. It's like a hopeful breathiness, like an anticipated excitement in the breath, you know? Grand Vizier. You know, when people talk like this, you really get a sense of like hope and anticipation. Oh, yes. That's kind of what's happening right here.
My dear, I'll write at once to the wizard. Tell him of you in advance.
I'll write at once to the wizard. Those lines got a little more full right there. It wasn't as breathy. The wizard. It got a little more full, a little more thicker vocal closure there. A little more chesty, if you will.
With a talent like yours, dear, there is a definite chance if you work as you should.
And she has like speech-like quality sounds, and she uses like talking sounds as well. So you hear she's on the melody line, but she's also adding the speech-like recitative, speech-sung qualities in her delivery here. I love it. I just love it.
You'll be making good.
Good. The D was there. Good vocal throw. Good. Breathy vocal throw, if you will. Good.
Welcome to Shiz.
Did that really just happen? Have I actually understood this weird quirk I've tried to suppress or hide? Is a talent that could help me meet the wizard.
Meet the wizard. I love how that sound changed. It got a little more legato, a little more connected, a little more smooth than the beginning. The beginning was, did it really just happen? Da-da-da-da-da, understood. The words were quicker, lighter, but then when she went into, that could help me meet the wizard, it got a little more full, a little more connected, and a little more singy, if you will, in quality, okay? But on happen, it was almost like happen. The second syllable of happen was super, like, quick. Did this really just happen? So clearly the first syllable of hap was more emphasized. Happen.
If I make good, so I'll make good.
I'll make good. The K was soft, but it was present. And I love how they let some of these consonants ring in pockets or in breaks of music. I'll make music off. Good. You see what I'm saying? And it's hard to do it by myself, but you see what I'm saying? I'll make good. So let's make good. So the K was soft, but it was present.
When I meet the wizard, once I prove my worth, and then I meet the wizard, what I've waited for since was since birth.
Since birth. That was like a talking moment. Waited for since birth, with a little laugh in there. But you see now here on this stanza, it's way more full and connected. Before, did this really just happen? Understood. It's choppy and marcato, if you will. So a little more separated, a little more talky in word placement and word pacing. But now, when I meet the wizard, da-da-na-na-na, a little more thicker vocal fold closure, a little more body to the sound, and a lot more vocal connection, smoothness, or legato as some people will call it.
And with all his wizard wisdom, by my looks he won't be blinded. Do you think the wizard is dumb? Or like Munchkin, so small-minded? No.
Oh, like Munchkins. It said, oh, like Munchkins. No. Oh, like Munchkins. She made that kins almost like a whispered, very lightly sung moment there. So munch, or mun, if you will, was the more emphasized syllable there. And even after small-minded, no. That little quick no.
He'll say to me, I see who you truly are, a girl on whom I can rely, and that's how we'll begin, the wizard and I.
That's how we'll begin. Little head voice slip there. And then on that girl who can rely, oh, that little yodel flip. I think it was there, rely, oh, that's how we begin. So you see what I'm saying? She had a little yodel flip right there on rely, oh, that's how we'll begin, the wizard and I. So the B had that head voice moment, that little yodel flip up to the head voice.
Once I'm with the wizard, my whole life will change. 'Cause once you're with the wizard, no one thinks you're strange.
You see, she has a little bit of a push and pull in her vocal delivery. She's kind of doing a little push and pull there on certain words, certain syllables to really ba 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 ba.
No father is not proud of you. No sister acts ashamed. And all of us has to love you. And by the wizard you're acclaimed.
Love you. Little vocal wiggle there, little vocal run right there. Love you. I like that. I call it a vocal wiggle. Love you. That was nice.
And this gift or this curse I have inside, maybe at last I'll know why. As we work hand in hand, the wizard and I. And one day he'll say to me, Alphabet, a girl who is so superior, shouldn't a girl who's so good inside have a matching exterior?
Superior, exterior. I like how she sits in those R's there. Superior, exterior.
And since folks here to an absurd degree seem fixated on your verdigris,
To an absurd degree. Glottal pops again. To an absurd degree. Very percussive and rhythmic. It kind of gives just a little like a rhythmic feel to the vocal line when they have those glottal pops in those words that begin with vowels. When you have those in the vocal line, to an absurd degree. And even how she placed it, it was really backbeat and really pocketed. To an absurd degree. Whatever she did, I can't remember, but it was really nice in the pocket, but it had a nice backbeat to it too. A nice little syncopation.
would it be alright by you if I degreenify you? And though of course that's not important to me,
if I degreenify you. I love how she changed her color there. Everything was kind of more present and poppy, but then she kind of got more smooth and connected there. If I degreenify you. And then slid up on the U. Fi you. And the Y of greenify blended right into the glide of you. Greenify you.
alright, why not? I'll reply, oh, what a pair we'll be, the wizard and I. Yes, what a pair we'll be, the wizard and
What a pair will be, the wizard and I was a little more connected, but that last, the wizard and, had a little bit more separation there. These slight little changes really make the vocal line pop, y'all. These intentional changes really give a lot of value and pop and life to the vocal line.
my future is unlimited. And I've just had a vision almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy.
Truly crazy. More low speech-like sounds.
And true, the vision's hazy.
And true, the vision's hazy. Straight to the N of vision, the N sound. The vision's hazy. Instead of vision's hazy. No. And true, the vision's hazy. So the N had duration. The vision's hazy.
But I swear someday there'll be a celebration throughout Oz. It's all to do with me. And I'll stand there with the wizard, feeling the things that never failed.
And you hear now she's fuller. So now she's way more open, way more fuller, way more thicker. She's really driving this part home. So it's way thicker and bigger. Versus before it was kind of thicker, but it was kind of lighter, a little bit more brighter. But now here it's still bright. It's just bright and thick. So she's really bringing those vocal folds together really thickly, maybe adding a little cricoid tilt in there. Hey! I got all the words wrong. But you see what I'm saying?
And though I'd never show it, I'd be so happy I could melt. And so it will be for the rest of my life. And I'll want nothing else till I die. Hey.
Rest of my life. I feel like life was a little longer, more puckered. It sounded like rest of my life. Rest of my life. Rest of my life. It's rest of my life now. Rest of my life. And she went more darker in sound and like kind of lower in pitch too in terms of the speech-like sound that she had there because it kind of threw off. Rest of my life.
Held in such high esteem. When people see me, they will scream.
I love that high esteem. It's not high, so it's like an A, like a or maybe like a sound, like a high esteem. You see how it's high, not high, no, it's not they will scream. They had the same slide on the L of will, because L is a voice consonant, but she didn't do they will scream, they will scream. So the L was probably taken out, so then the scream would be more present with the scoop. They will scream, because the L can kind of get in the way. We're trying to drive the song in this way and be more thicker and bigger in the voice. The L sound can maybe get in the way depending on how you're singing it. So she just took the L out, it sounds like, and just put a scoop in there. So instead of will, they will scream, they will scream. You still hear will scream, it's just will. Phonetically, it's will scream.
For half of Oz's favorite team, the wizard and I.
There's a little vocal throw at the end of I. And did you hear the and? It was hand I. It wasn't and I. It wasn't glottal. It was more of like a abrupt, quick aspirate. Hand I. Yeah, that was nice, Cynthia. That was nice. That was real nice.
Good news! The witch! She's dead! Come out! She's gone!
She's dead. The witch of the West is dead. The wickedest witch there ever was. The enemy of all of us here in Oz.
Good news. She's dead. You see how they kind of place a vibrato at the end of the word, if you will. Good news. She's dead. And there's also like an excitement in the consonants. You can kind of hear the excitement in the consonants. You can literally hear the brightness and the punch in the consonants here.
Look, it's Glinda.
The little shout of out on the end of glad. Let us speak grateful. Those little grateful, instead of grateful, like we would say, kind of, you know, grateful. She had a little shout of our, a little schwa on grateful, grateful.
Let us rejoicify that goodness could subdue the wicked workings of you know who.
It was a little tiny portamento, a little tiny slide, a little tiny rundown.
Isn't it nice to know that good will conquer evil?
It's almost like the conquer evil. The R blended in with the E of conquer evil. You see when I listen to R, the conquer evil. That second syllable of conquer blended in with evil in a way. Conquer evil.
The truth we all believe by and by. How to live for you.
You see that by was really open instead of bye. No, bye. And though the Y sound, the Y glide did come in, it was very tall. By and by. And then I'll live on. The L in lie was almost not there. You know, it was really lessened, really dampened, if you will, because trying to do the L up there is hard. The L sound itself. I'll live on. With the lie, with the same shadow vowel thing that she keeps doing. Lie.
One mourns the wicked. No one cries, they won't return. No one lays a lily on their grave.
The good man scorns the wicked.
Through their lives our children learn what we miss when we misbehave.
They do the shadow vowel schwa thing too, where they add like a little sound at the end of the consonant. Misbehave. And did you hear the line, and no one lays a lily on their grave? Those consonants had a little push. No one lays a lily on their grave. The consonants almost had like a push under them, like a percussive push. No one lays a lily on their grave. You can kind of hear that excitement that he's talking about, the excitement in the consonants that the company is doing here. You know, you hear that excitement, that drive in the consonant production of the words.
And goodness knows the wicked's lives are lonely. Goodness knows the wicked die alone.
She's more straight here. The wicked knows the da-da-da, she's adding a lot more straight notes, no vibrato notes here, versus before it was kind of lofty, all that kind of stuff. But here it's da-da-da-da, the da-da-da-da, and the sound is also not as lofty. It's a little bit more spread, a little bit more da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. You see how it's kind of brighter, and it's not as it's more here. Kind of has a more speech-like undertone in the delivery or in what we hear, though it's just changing vocal tract positions, if you will. The sound kind of gives a more speech-like result of the more versus You see, when I lessen the loftiness and lessen the tallness, it gets a little bit more brighter, a little bit more a little bit. That's kind of what she's doing here.
It just shows when you're wicked, you're left only on your own.
The wicked's lives are lonely. Goodness knows the wicked cry alone.
They're not as as punchy here with the consonants. They're a little bit more calm in the consonants here. The wicked knows, but lonely. It's more melodic in the consonant production, if you will. But also the feel is different too. It's kind of that beat. It's a little bit more calm here versus before it was that excitement. The wicked witch is dead. No one lies a lily on their grave. Now it's the wicked knows.
Miss Glinda! Why does wickedness happen?
That's a good question. Are people born wicked, or do they have wickedness thrust upon them?
Thrust upon them. I like the little vocal fry throw. Thrust upon them. I like how she says that when she does that line there.
After all, the Wicked Witch had a childhood. She had a father, who, by the way, had been appointed governor of Munchkinland.
I'm off to the assembly, dear.
And she had a mother, as so many do.
How I hate to go and leave you lonely.
That's all right, it's only just one night.
But know that you're here in my heart while I'm out of your sight.
Out of your sight. The T was present there and it had its own space in the vocal line in the music. Sight. You know, the music cut off and then the T came in. I love that. And you hear their consonants are so clear and precise, but it's not overbearing. You know, they have different energies and different friction, different intensity levels of consonant production, of word production, of vocal production. So here the consonants are clear, but they're not like, you know, overly energized, you know?
And like every family, they had their secrets.
Have another drink, my dark-eyed beauty. I've got one more night left here in town. So have another drink of green elixir, and we'll have ourselves a little mixer.
He has a little more of like, na 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 na, a little nasality. Have another drink, my green elixir, na 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 na. You know, a little more jazzy, like, in a way.
Have another little swallow, little lady, and follow me down.
And one thing led to another, as it so often does. But from the moment the witch was born, she was, well, different.
Different. She had the little breathiness on it. Well, different. You know, she added that vocal color there, which she delivered that word because that word is important, right? So she was, well, different. And even the T had a little breathiness to it. The voice D consonant, different, different.
It's coming.
Now, the baby's coming. Oh, and how?
I see a nose.
I see a curl. It's a healthy, perfect, lovely little. Oh, sweetheart. Oh,
How can it be?
what does it mean?
It's uncanny.
It's obscene.
It's uncanny. Da da da. Ba ba bum ba ba ba. Talk talk talk. Sing sing sing. Talk talk talk. Sing sing sing. And you hear the da da is more like kind of more classical. A little more masky, but the talk is way more speech-like.
Like a froggy, ferny cabbage, the baby is unnaturally green.
Another word of importance, green. So the texture of that word, just like different, green, the sound of that word changed and it was so different from everything else. Dun, 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 green. You know, and it had that break in there so you can really hear that word green, so it sets up the story, right? So yeah, these important words and phrases have different textures from everything else that's around it to really make them punch and stand out. And you can have a quiet moment and still be climactic. Green is a climactic moment. Da 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 da. Green. That's a climax. Well, she's, well, different. That's another climax, you know, because that word is kind of pivoting the story, you know, and setting up what's happening in the plot, you know?
Take it away. Take it away!
And so, it couldn't have been easy.
Now here the vibrato is coming in really quickly with the chorus here. No one mourns the wicked. No one thought. You see how they're changing the vocal delivery here and vocal technique depending on the emotion or the feel of the song. So now we're back to that dum, bum, 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 bum. So it's more staunch, more and so you have more intense vocal textures and vocal colors in the vibrato, if you will. No one mourns the wicked. Way more shaky, way more vibrato heavy here.
Now at last there's joy throughout the land, and goodness. Oh, we know our goodness is the wicked
You can tell Ariana's consonants are lessened here because she's so high pitch-wise because of acoustics. Consonants are just automatically lessened, or it's smart to lessen the production of the consonants because it can get harder to sing those harder consonants as you're higher in your voice. And at this point, we want to hear the notes more than the words. Be clear, we want to hear the notes more than the words because she's so high and lofty. Just kind of soar up there. You do your thing. We'll take the words down here. You just soar and do your thing up there, you know? So she's up there high. All that kind of stuff, and so she's up there, so she needs to lessen the consonant intensity so that she can stay lofty and high and keep the vocal line going. So they increase the sound crescendo a little bit. And then add a vibrato at the end of that word right there, or the end of that syllable right there. Okay, so that was all intentional vocal moves that they did in that long note. Now you hear she's saying good news, but it's so the consonants again are lessened. This is what I'm talking about. The words are good news. Can you imagine trying to say good news up there? Good news! So it's God knows. The vowels are modified. God knows. And the end of news is almost like a super nasal D. God knows. God knows. And then the S is really a pop at the end of the word. You see what I'm saying? So there's God knows, not good news. God knows, God knows. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to this as much as I enjoyed listening to it with y'all. And as I will forever, ever, ever say to you, be vocally bold, creative, and aware, but most of all, be vocally you. I love you so much. I'll see you soon.